Welcome into another SR51Media show. I am your host, Saul Aries. Hopefully you're having a good day today. If you're not, hopefully it turns around for you. This is what's going to be happening today. Today we're going to be doing a little bit different to start the podcast off. To start the month off, I'm going to be doing a podcast here. It's going to be the Aries Alert Show. I'm not going to keep you too long. Probably keep it around somewhere around, I want to say, let's set an alarm for 25 minutes. You know, if the time runs out before we're finished, then hey, you know, we'll pick it up in another day. But WrestleMania comes on in about, I want to say, the last time I checked it, it was like 50 minutes or something like that. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm only going to keep you here till like maybe like 25, 30 minutes at most. That way you have enough time to, you know, go get settled in to watch WrestleMania, maybe get your family together. I know I'm watching it with family and friends, so it's going to be pretty fun. Also in the background, I'm going to launch this NBA game where it's Team Giannis versus Team LeBron. That way you have something to watch in the background and you're not just sitting there looking at static images. So there's some updates that are coming to the SR51Media brand. One of them started today. I did a little bit more experimenting with my Streamlabs setup. I'm an Ultra member. And what I did was I set it up where we can now stream to TikTok and YouTube. Now, some people might be asking, well, why do you want to stream to YouTube when we're watching on TikTok? You have to understand that some people are set in their ways, okay? And you also have to understand that basically when I first started out on streaming, the first place I started streaming was YouTube. If I go to my page, right, I can't go to my page right now because I'm streaming, but if I go to, hypothetically, if you go to YouTube, right, let me slide over and grab my other phone. I got two phones, one need a charge. The twins, I can't tell their ass apart as far as I'm going, you know. When you go to my channel, right, well, my channel that I have now for SR51Media, right, when I go to my channel, let me see something here, videos, and then let's see how far it goes all the way to the bottom. So the video that was posted on SR51Media's channel was 3 years ago, right? But then when you come into Salt Aries Media, what I was actually known by before I started being known as SR51Media, right? When you scroll all the way to the bottom, the earliest video is 6 years ago. So technically, I've been doing this for 6 years, okay? And 6 years ago, I started on YouTube, and I was a young and upcoming streamer, and they showed me support. They showed me love, you know? People would watch back my streams. It was very accessible for family and friends to be able to watch the streams because not everybody uses TikTok. I'm going to address something today that isn't really talked about as much. And let me say this let me preface this with this, okay? TikTok, YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook are amazing services. I love the fact that we have the opportunity as gamers to show our talents to the world, okay? So I would never downplay that or take it for granted. Okay, it's a blessing that we can, as gamers, show people what we play and how we play and when we play and stuff like that. Okay, so I would never downplay the platforms. But you may not know there was a thing called Mixer that came out. Okay, now the reason why I'm bringing up Mixer is because a lot of us that was on Mixer kind of just woke up to basically the platform going away. You know, like I found out Mixer was closing through a shout out to, let's say it like this, shout out to podcast members on YouTube. I was in a podcast listening to the audience and somebody popped out and was like, oh, I'm reading an article right now that says there's some crazy stuff going on in Mixer. They're going to close it down. Now I'm thinking to myself, right, this will never happen. You know, they'll never close down Mixer. They're seeing, you know, millions of dollars of success, right? Let me grab a vape real quick. They would never close down Mixer. Mixer's seeing so much success and everybody's watching it and everybody's on it and everybody that owns an Xbox is on it for whatever reason, okay? Whether it be, let me switch over to the chat, the TikTok chat, just in case anybody says anything. They would never outright basically, get rid of this thing because everybody's on it, everybody loves it, and then something happens. See, what you have to understand, and this is a message to anybody that's thinking about doing it as well, we don't own the platform, okay? We don't own the platform. We barely own our own channels, okay? Today or tomorrow, if something goes on or if I step out of line, TikTok has full authority to step in and shut down my channel, okay? Same thing with YouTube, same thing with a lot of platforms. In a way, I'm not going to climb into the whole thing about like cancel culture or anything like that, because that's not what this podcast is about. And I also don't want to put myself in the middle of all that stuff. But let me say this. As a streamer, I'm paying attention. Okay, I've been paying attention to a lot to the stories of streamers being shut out of a platform and having to start all over again from the ground up. And if I was to say anything, I feel myself that basically, to call it fair, that's not fair to the 51 Dynasties. You guys we have a relationship, okay? I buy the games, you guys chill and watch me play it. We talk podcasts, we talk to each other in chat, we go back and forth, we ask questions, we debate about topics. It has become a part of my life, okay, over these past 7 years. The 51, that's why I refer to you guys as the 51 Dynasties and not some random name, because each one of you are your own dynasty. You may know it, you may not know it, but I'm telling you today, each one of you is your own dynasty, okay? You could start up game streaming. Hell, you could be the next guy that creates the next Call of Duty for all I know, but all of us start somewhere, okay? So the reason why I decided to find out how to stream on multiple platforms was because of the fact that, to be honest, I owe my success on TikTok to my success on YouTube, as vice versa, okay? They support each other, right? A lot of people think that as content creators, everything's about money. It's not. If everything was about money, then I wouldn't care about people that don't donate, or people that don't subscribe, or people that don't pay monthly. But as you can tell, that's not how I operate. Here's the thing about it. A long, long time ago in a galaxy far, far away, okay, I realized that to live on this earth, you have to work. Now, the best thing you can do is find a job that you actually like to do, so that way you don't hate going into your job. But unless you hit the lottery, or when I stopped because of this ignorant person, okay, that didn't need to do that, leaving our area. But anyway, a long time ago, okay, I recognized that you're going to need to work to survive in the world. Now, luckily, as I've said previously, I don't hate my job. Keeping it personal, I'm not going to get into what I do currently, but just know I don't hate my job. So when I come home from work, okay, I'm geared up. I'm like, yes, it's time to play Madden. It's time to play Harry Potter. It's time to play 2K. It's time to play like a game I'm looking forward to is what's the name of that space game? Starfield. I'm really looking forward to Starfield from Xbox. I feel like it'd be a great game to just kind of click in with every day. Hopefully they don't have something dumb like, aliens and stuff like that. Hopefully it's a human on human battle type thing. But at the same time, that's a game I'm looking forward to. So when I come home from work, I'm geared up. It's time to play the game. It's time to stream in front of you guys. This is also a passion of mine that I've had since a very young age. Okay, so it doesn't feel like a job. Like it doesn't feel that way. Now, some of the things that I realize is I need to put myself in a position for you guys to be able to donate lower amounts. It was brought to my attention, let's just say, from a family member that I consider to be a 51 Dynasties, that currently the only method you guys to have to give back to the stream is membership. And membership can be seen as a lot because of the fact that I think the membership is like $15 or something like that. But at the same time, when you look at it, a subscription to a streaming service like, say, Disney or Netflix or something like that is also only $15 or $20. So I think myself, one thing that I want to establish here before we move on from this point is I recognize that YouTube needs to be a part of things, not only because of their monetization options that I'm afforded later on, but also due to the fact that it's like a record-keeping house, okay? Hypothetically, look at it right now. People are probably out in the world. It's the weekend. They didn't tune in for the stream. They can go to YouTube and watch back the stream. You see what I'm saying? All the effort that we do in Madden, building teams, making trades, getting trophies in the championship of NBA, playing new games. All of that has been being recorded for 6 years plus on YouTube. Okay? Now, somewhere along this route, when I started up on TikTok, I stopped streaming consecutively to YouTube. I apologize for that. I apologize to my YouTube audience because you guys are important as well. Okay? So to avoid that, what I realized the best thing to do was to basically set it up where the stream goes live on the YouTube channel at the same time it goes live on the TikTok channel. That way, for the people that, some people may work a job, some people may have to go to school in the morning, some people may have prior engagements, you know, things going out with their partners, or, you know, going to the movies, or just living life, you know. That's what YouTube is there for. TikTok is there for those people that can tune in right away. You know, they get a notification that I ain't doing it. I do that myself, you know. It could be in the middle of the night and I'm scrolling through TV and I get a notification that a Call of Duty streamer I watch is live, or a Madden streamer that I watch is live. I can just hit the button and slide right over to their chat, you know. And then if I don't also watch it, like, there's, my hand to God, there's at least 3 or 4, I would say 4 or 5 main Xbox and console, Xbox versus PlayStation stuff I watch. Even though the show is kind of tailored that way, it's more of like an information thing. Okay, so even being a content creator myself, I still watch TikToks and I still watch YouTubes. Those followers that you see me have, I had to have watched one of their videos and wanted to be kept up on their information. That's why I'm following them. I'm not following them just to follow them. I'm following them because I'm a fan of what they do, you know, as far as a content creator goes. Okay, so that's the first change that's coming in, is that YouTube will be consecutive with TikTok. Now, I own my TikTok, I own my Streamlabs profile and things like that, and from what it tells me, I should be able to do this every time. As I do it more and more, I'll get more comfortable with it. That's why I wanted to at least do today and do a stream to see and make sure that it held out, and so far it is. Everything's running pretty nice. There's no problems, or let me put in the chat here. There's no problems, or put in this chat 1 second. Gotta put out the welcome messages, right? So what happens is, now what I'm gonna have to get myself, I realize that what I'm gonna have to get, it's not gonna be something like massively like expensive or something. I might buy a very, 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 very old version of an iPad, but to keep up on the chats, to make sure that I'm talking to everybody, I'm going to need to bring in another source. Now, at the same time, I do have technology that I can use right now, okay? So it doesn't, these things that I'm telling you doesn't mean that we're not going to have a stream, because we're going to have a stream tomorrow. It's going to be before WrestleMania, and I'm going to try to stream earlier than I did today, so that way we have more time. Because the only reason why I'm doing a 20-30 minute stream is because WrestleMania comes on in a half an hour, and I don't want anybody to feel as though they can't watch WrestleMania, because I know I'm going to watch WrestleMania. I want to see all the matches, even though I think this first match with John Cena, there's no way in hell that John Cena beats Austin Theory. But, you know, this could make you look at Austin Theory differently, you know, and things like that. This is where surprises happen and stuff, right? So, one of the other things I wanted to mention, I am currently, let's say, in the works of looking at different sources for you guys to be able to donate, okay? Don't get me wrong, I understand the 15 and 20 bucks and stuff like that that's charged on these platforms, but I know that some people might be more comfortable donating $1 or donating $2, you know, or every couple of weeks donating $5, you know, but those options are not afforded to you. And let me explain why, which isn't a problem, because I'm not violating any terms. You can look it up on YouTube. There are withdrawal limits that you have to reach before you can actually withdraw on some of these platforms. So what that means is, let's say hypothetically, someone comes into the stream right now and drops $3 worth of donations, right? And then the person behind them comes in and drops $5 worth of donations. But let's say that at the end of the month, the donations have to get to, say, $100. I'm just using it as an example, right? $100, but you only made 20. You get nothing. Okay? So those donations stick, but you can't claim them type thing unless you're generating a certain source monthly. That's why you see some streamers, nothing against them, and I ain't throwing no shots. This ain't no shots fired over here. I'm just calling it the way I see it. That's why some streamers don't pay attention to people that are just liking and commenting. They pay attention to people that are subscribing. And if you go back to my channel, whether it be SR51Media or you go all the way back in the Wayback Machine to Salt Aries Media 6 years ago, I always said that I would never get to a point where I ignore people that are not subscribing, okay? Because of the fact that you guys are important as well. You are viewers, okay? Your likes count, your comments count, your viewership counts, and your subscription, whether it be just a straight up subscription to the channel, counts as well, okay? But what I recognize is we are not in the best position for you to give back, okay? The brand is in a situation where it's like basically the minimum you can give is 15. And I feel that 15 is a good marker. Maybe work your way up to that. If you had let's say an example, let's say I had because I don't want to put any brand out there because I'm still looking around and can conference with this stuff, right? Let's say hypothetically there was a brand where there was a what do you call it? A donation tier, right? Where you could donate $1, period. Just a straight up dollar to SR51Media. I own my website. Okay, so what that means is owning my own website means that I could say, hypothetically, build something that I've been thinking about is building a subscriber or supporters plaque. Like basically a page where anybody that donates or subscribe, their name gets added to the list. And then as it changes, on the route, you will always be listed. Like, I'll never shut that down. And then thousands of people that come to the SR51Media brand to see streams and see gameplay will be able to go in there and see the ones that actually, give back and put us in a situation where we can continue to move forward. Because one thing I don't like doing is passing the cost on to the customer, And I don't look at you guys as customers, but that's just a term for basically meaning, like, take Streamlabs, for instance. You have to pay $20 or $30 for Streamlabs a month. If you add up $20, $30 for Streamlabs, $80 for Madden, $200 for NBA 2K, $50 to $60 for Harry Potter, another $50, $60 for the Nintendo Switch. You see how things can add up. And if I pass the cost on to the 51 Dynasties, it'll get to a point where it's only all about money. See, the little tip jar, right? Just sitting a tip jar out there. Hey, we take tips, Going over to this link and drop $1. Going over to this link and drop $2. That is more comfortable than saying, okay, the only way you can give back. Because don't get me wrong, I appreciate the donations. That's why I always tell you guys. Let me grab a vape real quick, 1 second. I appreciate the donations. Okay, don't get me wrong. That's why everybody that donates, I always shout you guys out like, thank you for the donation. Thank you for being there. What it is by them having cuts that come out of certain things and also limits and thresholds to how much you can take out, it puts me in a situation where I can't actually receive it. Like, I receive it on the channel, but then I can't actually take it and, collect everybody's. Let's say hypothetically, because the 15 Dynasties, called it wrong myself. The 51 Dynasties is rolling strong at $7,000 on YouTube, $2,000 on Twitter, $18,000, $1,800 or $18,000 on TikTok. Now let's just say hypothetically, right? Half of everybody, not even everybody. Let's say half of them was like, I ain't giving nothing, right? But let's say the other half decided to give $1. Now, if I have it set up in a certain place where everybody's able to just give $1, I can then take those funds and put them into things for the stream. There's certain things I want to do to put us in a better situation as a brand. You see what I'm saying? Like today, bringing YouTube back into the fold gives us another audience. You see what I'm saying? Now, yeah, right now, I'm going back and forth between the windows, right now back and forth. But then when we get the next stream going, whether it's my phone, a tablet, or whatever, I'm going to have the streams uploaded where when you type, whether it be on YouTube or Twitch, I see it. YouTube or TikTok, I see it. okay? And I can comment back to you within minutes. That's the reason why I'm bringing it up. And also, just another quick update so you don't think I'm just saying things at you. We are going to have streams that are shorter, okay? So there's going to be times where the stream comes live. I'm going to label it as chat, okay? That's why this video is being recorded, so you can go back and watch it in case you need to, hear what I'm explaining and stuff like that. Basically, it's going to be labeled as chat, and it's going to be shorter streams. It's going to be like 30-minute streams, 40-minute streams, maybe an hour is the max, because I started realizing that, you guys want to be updated, but at the same time, when I'm dragging the stream on to 2 and 3 hours, it puts you into a standpoint where you might have something else you have to do. So if I have a weekly stream that's 3 hours and you can't watch for 3 hours, you're just not going to watch the stream. Whereas if the stream is only an hour or a half an hour and you're like, nah, I'm not really doing anything. The longest I watch streams is like, I would say I see streams with like 5 or 6 guys and they be going about 3 hours. So if I'm going by myself, I give it about an hour. There's nothing need to go longer than an hour. Also, it's going to be broken up in different topics. I noticed back in the past, the podcasts and certain things like that were bunched together. I went back and listened to some of it and read some of it. It was like gaming news, comic news, sports news, all this news, all in one. So let's say hypothetically, if you just wanted to be updated on what's going on with Xbox and PlayStation, you had to wait till some mysterious time in the podcast to find it, right? Same thing with comics. If you wanted to come in just to hear how the SR51Media comic is going or what I feel about comics this week in general, you had to mysteriously find the information in there because I wasn't using timestamps and things like that, right? So we're going to be upgrading here in a little bit, all right? Right now, I'm still looking around to see what what's the name of it? What editing software I want to use and which one I'm going to use because I want to step up those videos that are uploaded to TikTok and YouTube. So I just want to bring you guys here today for a little bit. I didn't want you to be here too long. We're coming up on a timestamp of about 3 minutes. I think it's about time we go ahead and shut it down. I want everybody to enjoy WrestleMania. Have a good day. Have a great rest of your day. Be safe, be blessed, and come back next time to I Am Live. Peace.